Your brain is aging faster than your body, not because of genetics, not because of bad luck, because of something specific that is happening inside your brain tissue right now, driven by the same biological forces that are aging your heart, your eyes, your kidneys, and your arteries. And here's the part that should stop you cold. The damage that leads to cognitive decline, memory loss, and dementia does not start in your 70s. It starts in your 40s, sometimes earlier, silently, invisibly, years before any symptom appears. And by the time the first symptom shows up, the forgotten word, the slower thinking, the brain fog that lingers longer than it used to, the underlying damage has already been building for a decade. Today we are going to explain exactly what is driving it and what stops it. But first, I need to tell you something about your brain that most people never hear. Your brain is the most energy-dependent organ in your body. It represents 2% of your body weight, but consumes 20% of your total energy. Every second of every day, your brain is running an extraordinary metabolic program, processing sensory input, consolidating memories, regulating hormones, clearing cellular waste, maintaining the synaptic connections that define your cognitive capacity. And to do all of this, it depends on an uninterrupted supply of glucose, oxygen, and specific nutrients that most people are consistently deficient in. But here is the critical insight most people miss. Your brain does not just consume energy. It is exquisitely sensitive to the quality of that energy supply and the conditions of the blood vessels that deliver it, which means everything that damages your blood vessels, spikes your blood sugar, elevates your inflammation, or disrupts your sleep is simultaneously damaging your brain. Not eventually, continuously, right now. Here is what is actually aging your brain faster than time. And this is where it gets genuinely alarming. The first accelerator is chronic elevated blood sugar. Every blood sugar spike produces a surge of glucose that damages the tiny capillaries supplying your brain with oxygen and nutrients. It drives glycation in brain tissue specifically, and it promotes the production of advanced glycation end products in the hippocampus, the brain region most critical for memory formation and most vulnerable to early cognitive decline. Research published in 2025 in Nature Neuroscience confirmed that blood sugar variability, the amplitude of daily spikes and crashes, was a stronger predictor of hippocampal volume loss over 5 years than average blood sugar levels. Your memory center is shrinking, and blood sugar swings are accelerating it. The second accelerator is chronic inflammation. Your brain is protected by the blood-brain barrier, a specialized cellular boundary that normally keeps inflammatory molecules out of brain tissue. When systemic inflammation is chronically elevated from seed oils, ultra-processed food, visceral fat, poor sleep, this barrier becomes permeable. Inflammatory cytokines cross into brain tissue. They damage neurons. They impair synaptic transmission. They activate microglia, the brain's immune cells, into a chronic inflammatory state that accelerates neurodegeneration. Research published in 2025 confirmed that elevated systemic inflammatory markers in midlife were associated with significantly accelerated cognitive decline over the following decade, independent of age, education, and genetic risk. The inflammation in your body is in your brain, and it is aging it. And now the twist that most people never expect. The third accelerator is sleep deprivation, but not for the reason most people think. During deep non-REM sleep, your brain activates a system called the glymphatic system, a network of fluid channels that literally flushes toxic waste products out of brain tissue. The most important waste product it clears is amyloid beta, the protein that accumulates in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. During waking hours, amyloid beta builds up continuously as a byproduct of normal neuronal activity. During deep sleep, the glymphatic system clears it. When deep sleep is consistently disrupted by stress, by alcohol, by screens, by an inconsistent sleep schedule, amyloid beta accumulates faster than it is cleared. The toxic protein builds up, and the foundation of neurodegenerative disease is being laid night by night. Research published in 2025 in Science confirmed that even 1 week of mild sleep restriction measurably increased amyloid beta accumulation in the cerebrospinal fluid of healthy adults. 1 week, 7 nights of slightly shortened sleep, measurable toxic protein accumulation in your brain. Now here is the additional piece that most people never connect. Insulin resistance does not just affect your body, it affects your brain directly. Your brain has insulin receptors throughout its tissue, and insulin plays a critical role in synaptic plasticity, memory consolidation, and neuronal survival. When insulin resistance develops systemically, your brain becomes insulin resistant too. tissue. Neurons that depend on insulin signaling to consolidate memories begin to malfunction. The connection between insulin resistance and Alzheimer's disease is now so well established that some researchers refer to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes. Your metabolic health is your brain health, and every intervention that improves insulin sensitivity, fasting, walking, resistance training, sleep protection, is simultaneously protecting your cognitive function. And now, the final twist, the one that reframes everything. Your brain is not aging because you are getting older. It is aging because your blood sugar is spiking, because your inflammation is elevated, because your sleep is fragmented, and your glymphatic system is not clearing amyloid beta the way it should. Every intervention on this channel is a brain intervention. Fasting lowers insulin and reduces amyloid production. Walking blunts blood sugar spikes and improves cerebral blood flow. Sleep protection activates glymphatic clearance. Anti-inflammatory diet reduces neuroinflammation. Omega-3s protect neuronal membrane integrity. You are not just protecting your waistline, you are protecting your mind. Drop a comment and tell me, have you noticed your thinking getting slower or your memory getting worse? I want to know when you first noticed it, and if this video made you think about your brain differently. Subscribe.